Progress is Congress. I'm Sunny Day. Welcome to the 2012 presidential debate between President Barack Obama and presidential candidate Sarah Palin. Tonight's discussion will cover a wide range of topics, including matters affecting the economy, as well as social and political issues. It will be divided roughly into 3 segments. Each candidate will be given roughly 30 seconds to respond, and an additional 30 seconds for rebuttal and follow-up. The order will be determined by a coin toss. The specific subjects and questions were chosen by me and have not been shared or cleared with anyone on the campaigns commission. The audience is promised to remain very polite. No cheers, no applause, no untoward outbursts, except now as we welcome President Barack Obama and presidential candidate Sarah Palin.
We love you, Sarah!
Oh, Obama!
Nice to meet you. Can I call you Rocky, as in Bo-Rocky? I would call you Racky, but then it would sound like Iraqi. Oh, I cracked myself up.
We've already met, and no.
Are you feeling okay, President Obama? You look a little pale.
Yes, I'm just a tad under the weather. I believe it has to do with my exposure to moronitis.
The coin toss will now commence. President Obama, please call the coin while it is still in the air.
Tails! Pick tails! Tails never fails!
That's enough out of the audience.
I think I will have to go with heads.
I'm sorry, President Obama. The coin has landed on tails. Ms. Palin, you will receive the first question. The first question will go to you, Ms. Palin. What do you feel is the key to getting the American economy back on its feet?
May I first begin by thanking you, Madam Moderator, and you, President Obama, and everyone in the audience. I feel so privileged to be able to speak to the Americans. As I was saying, government, you know, you're not always the solution. In fact, too often you're the problem. So government, lessen the tax burden on the public sector and on our families and get out of the way. Let the private sector and our families grow and thrive and prosper.
I bet you just showed up to the Tea Party rally because you thought there would be an actual tea party with tea, didn't you?
For your information, I went for the cookies and was bitterly disappointed. Anyway, increasing taxes is a backwards way for trying to grow our economy. We need a serious change in the White House unless you've been happy with the way the federal government has been running anything lately.
President Obama, same question.
I won't be bashful about it. While they will pay more taxes, we all look around and say, let's cut. But no one ever volunteers any specifics. Yes, there needs to be an overhaul on government spending. Programs that are not working need to be cut. But that takes time in the agreement of Congress, which very rarely happens. The basics of economics hold true. We either need to spend less or take in more. But wouldn't it be easier if we spent a little less and took in a bit more?
Increasing the taxes on the wealthy is punishing people for success. It sends a message that the American public will benefit more from living on welfare than achieving greatness. In a time like this, we need to encourage a business-friendly environment rather than send all the jobs to China. I stand by my belief that the best way to repair the economy is to cut spending and taxes and create jobs.
What my opponent fails to realize is that cutting spending also means cutting jobs. The pace of hiring is beginning to pick up. We need to find other ways to cut costs without necessarily eliminating jobs. For example, the healthcare bill currently saves taxpayers as much as $1.3 trillion.
We will be right back after this commercial break.
Do you ever wish there was a political candidate you could vote for with a brain, or courage, or a heart? Maybe you just want a home that isn't blown away by debt. Well, I can't promise you any of those things, but I can promise that I won't lie to you. The first step is to keep all the promises I make by not making any to begin with. Vote blatantly honest for Congress. I won't lie to you. I'm blatantly honest, and I approve this message.
Can't pay your taxes? Pesky tax collectors keep knocking at your door? Don't you wish you could just make them disappear? Well, now you can with the Sons of Liberty Tar and Feathering Kit. Used by our forefathers over 250 years ago, this kit is everything you need to protect yourself against unwanted taxation. Sons of Liberty Tar and Feathering Kit comes with 1 jar of tar and 1 bag of feathers. But wait, call now and you will receive a second jar of tar and a second bag of feathers. Absolutely free. That's right. You get 2, not 1, but 2 jars of tar and not 1, but 2 bags of feathers, all for the affordable price of $9.95. Call toll-free 1-800-NO-TAXES. I repeat, 1-800-NO-TAXES.
Hello and welcome back to the presidential debate. Before the commercial break, President Obama touched ever so briefly on the point of health care. I would like to open this segment with the following question. What would you do to address the current health care problems if elected president?
Nothing. We can't afford to.
Is that really all you're going to say?
Well, I've already said that it's not fair to overly tax the wealthy, and that's how President Obama plans to pay for his current plan. Sure, we need a healthcare system with universal coverage and cheaper rates, but putting it on the wealthy is not acceptable. If I was president, I definitely wouldn't have picked a time of great succession to find a new way to tax the American public more.
President Obama.
In the long run, my health care bill will save Americans as much as $1.3 trillion. Perhaps this bill is not a perfect bill, but it is a good bill that provides a good start to addressing our nation's problems. Every person in America has a right to receive the care they need. Over time, we will adapt the practices of other countries, such as those of Great Britain and Japan, to our own needs. These measures will create the most ideal form of healthcare system in America. It is simply not tolerable that an economic power like the United States is one of the few without a national healthcare plan.
Well, Mr. President, is this about fitting in with all the other kids, or is this about doing what we can afford? Maybe we can't afford that shiny new red bike. Maybe we'll just have to stick to the bike we have so we can pay for cable and watch my new reality TV show.
Are you joking?
Oh no, not you again.
That is probably the worst analogy I've ever heard in my whole life. Besides, how does having a reality TV show affect your chances of being president?
It makes me look cool.
And why do you need your own Sarah Palin network?
It makes me look cool.
And how come you spend so much of your campaigning funds on clothing?
Because it makes me look cool.
And I rest my case. We're doomed.
When everyone else is being proactive and we keep putting off our problems, it no longer is a matter of fitting in. It's a matter of stupidity.
Next question. What are your feelings toward gay rights?
Although I personally believe that marriage is an institution between a man and a woman, I do not think it is right to discriminate against homosexual individuals. However, I feel that it is not the government's position to grant or deny rights. By that, I mean that homosexual and heterosexual individuals should be addressed and treated the same under the law without specific distinction to one group or the other. In regards to marriage, that is a state issue.
In theory, Ms. Palin's idea holds water, but out in the real world, minorities are discriminated against every day. It is the job of the federal government to protect these individuals, which means writing laws specifically with the intent to equalize both homosexual and heterosexual beings. For example, consider the don't ask, don't tell policy. How can we as Americans hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and yet continue to practice a policy like this? I stand by my decision to repeal the policy.
But the majority of soldiers wanted this policy to be kept in place. Whatever we may believe in society, the military is a completely different institution. The wants and needs of the soldiers must be placed first so that morale can be kept up so that we can win this war.
You're really still clinging to the idea that Afghanistan is winnable?
You betcha.
Unbelievable.
Our military is often the only aspect of America that people get to see. If we really want the support of other countries, then we need to put our best foot forward. We need to prove that we can believe in the idea of equality as well as practice it.
We will be right back after another commercial break.
I'm Barack Obama, and I would just like to take this chance to remind you that I graduated from Harvard at the top of my class, which means I'm intelligent. I also make eloquent speeches, meaning that I am charismatic. So in other words, don't vote for Sarah Palin. She's not too bright and her voice is really annoying. I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
Hello, I'm Sarah Palin, and I would just like to remind you to vote for me instead of Barack Obama. He may have big ears, but he rarely listens to what the American public wants. I'm Sarah Palin, and I approved this message.
Welcome back to the presidential debate. Before signing off tonight, we would like to open the floor to questions and comments from the audience. Not that particular individuals have followed our policy so far tonight. We will start with the gentleman in the far corner.
My name is Jimmy McMillan and I represent the Rent is Too Damn High Party. People working 8 hours a day, 4 days a week, and some a third job. Women can't afford to take care of their children, feed their children breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My main job is to provide a roof over your head, food on the table, and money in your pocket. This is politics as usual, playing the silly game. But it's not going to happen because the people I'm here to represent, the people of the Rent is Too Damn High Party, can't afford to pay their rent. They're being laid off right now as I speak. They can't eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Listen. Someone's stomach just growled. Did you hear it? Gotta listen like me. Let's talk about the issue. People can't afford to pay their rent and are starving. Rent is too damn high. Damn it.
Well, that was...
Hilarious?
I'll say it was interesting at the very least.
Personally, I think I might as well run for president at this point. I can't possibly be any crazier than that last guy.
Thanks for tuning in. This is Sunny Day for UPIC, signing off.
Wait a second. You didn't call on me for questions and comments.
What would you like to say?
I would just like to thank the Academy and my producers and all the little people that made this happen. You're beautiful!
Oh my god, they're all crazy.
Seriously though, vote Lisa Vosberg for president. Thank you and good night.
You know the day destroys the night, night divides the day. Try to run, try to hide, break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side, yeah.
Oh yeah, because we can just cut it out.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Ms. Palin, it is your work.
No, but seriously, vote Lisa Vosberg for Congress. Thank you for tuning in. But I'm voting for president! Oh my gosh!
Nice to meet you. Wait, I forgot. I got a little nervous. But then it would sound like Iraqi. Oh, I cracked myself up.
We've already met, and no.
A shot.
What?
You either have to pick this sentence
Crashing
or
my
that
seat.
sentence.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Quiet on the set. No, you can't turn the Well, I can't promise you any of those things, but I can promise that I won't lie to you. My first step is to keep all the promises I make by not making any to begin with. I'm blatantly honest. Shit. I am blatantly honest, but that wasn't the right line. But I can promise that I won't lie to you. My first step is to make... I'm not making promises, I'm keeping promises. That's why I'm blatantly